Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work on bacon, creamy dill pickle pasta salad. So I've already made my shell pasta and I will explain that more in just a second. But we're going to switch to the dressing real quick so we can go ahead and get that done. You're going to need a cup of mayo. Let me go grab a spoon. Cup of mayo in a medium bowl, and it's better if you whisk this. Everything will come together a lot better. That's about a cup. Okay. And let me find my sour cream. I need half a cup of sour cream. So you're going to put in about half of what you see there with the mayo. There we go. I like those. These two come together really good to make a good dressing. Alright. Now, I'm going to need just a little bit of pickle juice. If I can find my measuring spoons, because I don't want to do too much. We're going to do 45 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to do 5. So you could do 4 or 5. Either one. Alright. And a little bit of garlic powder. And all these measurements will be below. A little bit of garlic powder. Alright, now it calls for half a teaspoon of cayenne, but I'm just going to do a pinch. Or 2. Because people in my family do not like it hot. And half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, but I'm going to just do one little pinch or 2. Nothing more than that. Alright, and then you're going to salt and pepper to taste. I would just start with about a half a teaspoon or so of salt, and I did kosher. Just to be on the safe side, and then you can always add more. Did I make a mess? Alright, so this is going to be your dressing. For your pasta salad. And let me get the pasta and I'll show you what I did with that. Okay, y'all. So this is my pasta for pasta salad. And you need 4 cups of dry shell pasta. And you're going to cook those according to the directions. Then you're going to drain them. And you're going to take about a half a cup. Let me check that. Yes, half a cup of pickle juice. And you're going to marinate these for about 15-20 minutes. So not long at all. And then you're going to put the pasta in a large bowl like I have here, and then you're going to add the rest of the ingredients for the pasta salad, and then we're going to put our dressing on it and it'll be ready to go. So you're going to need some bacon, but I'm going to just use bacon pieces. It's just easier. I don't have to cook anything, I don't have to chop anything. Real bacon pieces, and 3/4 of a cup is about all I'm using. That's probably too much actually. Okay, you're going to also need 3/4 of a cup of baby dill pickles. Those little kosher dill pickles, they're about this big. I chopped some of those up. You're supposed to leave them sliced, but I didn't want that big of a bite in this. So I went ahead and kind of just cut them in half. So slice them, cut them in half. You're going to need about 3/4 of a cup of those. And 1/4 of a cup of red onion chopped. So I'm going to add all that in. We got all that. Give it a good stir. Okay. And then we're going to put about 2/3 of a cup of pepper jack cheese in this. It says cubed or diced. I'm going to make tiny, tiny little slices because I don't want it to be huge chunks of cheese, if that makes sense. So little squares, and I used about 1/3 of an 8-ounce block. So not half of one, a little less than half. Okay. And I'm getting the rest of this cut up in here. Now, I don't have any fresh dill. I keep dried dill on hand, so we're going to use that. And calls for about 2 tablespoons of fresh. We're going to do about a good teaspoon of dry. Okay? All right. So, to recap, our pasta that was in a pickled brine. And we've got some bacon bits in there, some pickles, some pepper jack cheese, red onion, and a little bit of dry dill. And I'm going to stir this up real quick before we add the dressing. All right. There we go. Now, pour all this on. Now, don't worry about it being too soupy, because you're going to stick this in the fridge. And this is like going to make the perfect lunch for the summer. And we're going to set this in the fridge, and then if it is a little bit too much, the pasta will absorb it. So you don't have to worry about that. And that's it. You know what would be good in this? 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs. Would be perfect. Okay, so it's finished product. There's really no sense in showing you an even more ending to this. Didn't cost much. I had most of everything on hand. I just went and got some shell pasta, but you could probably use elbows. Shell pasta makes it just a little bit, I don't know, fancier. But stick this in the fridge until you're ready to serve, and you've got a really good complement to any meal, or you could use this for a good lunch as well. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work on a simple sweet and spicy chicken wrap. And the first thing that we're going to work on is the dressing or sauce that'll go on it or with it. You're going to need 1/4 cup of seedless cucumber, which is just a little bit more than that. 1/2 cup of mayo. I'm trying to make sure I got enough in here. Let me go get another jar. Okay, y'all. 1/2 cup of mayo. Okay, that's about 1/2. Okay. Tablespoon of honey. Okay. And the recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne, but I'm not going to put that in there. We're only going to do about 2 little pinches, just to kind of give it a little bit of a kick, but it's probably not even going to be that much. And some black pepper. Alright, we're just going to stir all this up. So this is like a little sauce to go on the wrap. Okay. And I'm working on the chicken part of this, so I'm going to move you over so you can see what I've been working on. Okay, let me move. Okay. So I took 2 chicken breasts, sliced them up into thin slices. Cook them for about 8 minutes or so in a little bit of olive oil. And now I'm going to add about a cup. Hoping that's about right. A cup's worth of salsa. Put just a tad more in there. Okay. A couple of little pinches of cayenne. Not much. And if I can get the lid on this, I'm going to do some honey as well. So another tablespoon. Okay. So sweet spicy chicken wraps. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on low and let this simmer. And this spoon was probably not the best choice for this. So I just used some pecani sauce. I can't even talk today. Some pecani sauce that I have on hand. You can use salsa, pecani sauce, whatever you want. All right. So, just gonna let this simmer. I just did 2 chicken breasts that were good size. The recipe calls for 1.5 pounds, and that's usually about 2 pounds worth, give or take. I'm sure it's not perfect. So 2 really good sized chicken breasts should work. If all you have is some smaller ones, I would suggest doing about 3. So what you're going to do is you're just going to let this sit and simmer just a little bit. Keep stirring it. You're only going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. What you're trying to do is get it to warm back up, because you just put the cold salsa or pecani sauce in with it. And then I will come back and show you assembly. Okay, y'all. So right here I have got a burrito size tortilla. You can warm them up before you start this. I put on some romaine lettuce. I cannot talk today. Romaine lettuce. You can use spinach, which is what the recipe calls for, but nobody in my family likes fresh spinach. Nobody. So you can take that, and you don't have to use burritos this big. This is just what I had on hand. I was like, I'll just do this. And you probably put your dressing on first, but it's okay. All right, so we have our dressing that we made. It's got our cucumbers and stuff in it, and you're just going to drizzle it over, and that's it. And so if you want it to have that little spinach wang to it, you're going to use spinach. But if not, you can of course use romaine lettuce. Works the same, just as perfect. And just roll it up. If you want cheese or anything on this, I've got some Gouda that I could use, cheddar. I don't know. You can just use whatever you want to. It doesn't matter. I've also got some Laughing Cow cheese, which I could smear on this, on the inside of this, and wrap it up like that. So just whatever you want to do. It's already got the salsa, so you can, of course, treat it like it's, Mexican, but perfect summer dish, perfect for hot weather, and you can have it for lunch or dinner. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make another video perfect for the summer. It's called One Pot Creamy Orzo, and you need to heat up, hopefully I haven't overheated, a few tablespoons of olive oil, and then we're going to add a couple of cups, a cup and a half really, of cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes cut. I've cut those in half because I didn't want them too big. We're going to add a little bit of garlic right now. I'm just going to add garlic powder. half a teaspoon or so. I'll have to get a spoon. Okay. So we'll cook these tomatoes until they break down just a little bit. And then we're going to add the next bit of ingredients. Okay, so we're going to add our next ingredients. We need a quarter of a cup of cream. I am going to kind of differentiate from the original recipe, so you need to keep that in mind while you're watching the video. A cup of chicken stock or chicken broth. Cup of orzo. And some salt and pepper. Alright, so we're going to have to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to reduce it and simmer it. We still have a few things to add towards the end. So bring this to a boil. And then reduce it to a simmer and let it simmer for 5 to 8 minutes, and then I'll be back with you. And I'm going to have it on medium-high heat to speed the process along. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to continue to cook this just a little bit more. It's pretty much done. You do need to have a little bit of the liquid left over, so if it seems like you're running out of liquid, you may need to add a little bit more chicken broth. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to add the basil. I need to get some basil. Hang on. Okay. So, the recipe calls for fresh basil, but I'm just going to add a little bit of dry. And I'm not going to go too crazy. Just about a teaspoon or so. We're going to go ahead and add our lemon zest. I just did the zest of 1 lemon. And then you need to do juice of half of the lemon. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. Let's stir that up. So the lemon just gives it a really good, vibrant taste. Kind of reminds me a lot of the summer. It's just good, clean, and crisp. Okay, and then you need to add about 1/4 cup of Romano cheese. I couldn't find any, so I got this. This will help you if you can't find any. This should work. I got it at Publix. Or you could use grated Parmesan. They're very similar. I like Romano better, but it's fine. I'll go ahead and turn the heat off. This should melt. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of ricotta. Now, you can put the ricotta on top, but I'm just going to stir it in, and you're going to need about 3/4 cup. You're going to see where the recipe looks kind of strange, and it does have, for some reason, the person who wrote it did part of the recipe amounts in cups, and then part of it in grams. And so in the description below, I'll try to put how I converted that for those of you that are from the US and don't use that. Okay, so our creamy orzo's done. We're going to serve this on the side of some pork chops. But you could grill any kind of meat and use this on the side, and it's just a good welcome change from the typical pasta salad or macaroni salad that you would use. I'm sorry, pasta salad or potato salad is what I meant to say. That you would typically have with grilled meat. But that's it. It's real light and refreshing, and orzo's always a really good substitute for just the normal pastas that you typically have. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a really quick, refreshing, well, to me it's refreshing, and really good chicken salad, perfect for the summer. Avocado chicken salad. So I'm going to move this because it's in the way. I've already cooked and chopped up one chicken breast. And so if it's a fairly large one, that's all you need is just one. Because you need about 2 cups worth, and this is about 2 cups worth. Alright, so you're going to need, let me move all this stuff. Alright, we're going to need some bacon. You can cook some bacon and drain it crispy, or you can just use some bacon pieces, some real bacon pieces, and that's what I'm doing, about 1/4 cup's worth, because you only need about 4 slices of bacon, cooked crispy. So 1 large chicken breast, cooked and chopped, and then about 4 slices of bacon, cooked till they're crispy and crumbled. Okay, and this is a little bit more than I needed, but instead of green onions, I'm going to put in red onions. So I chop those up just a little bit, and some seedless cucumber. Now you only need to use probably about half, but that left me with, like, I had about 3/4 of a cucumber. So I just went ahead and chopped all that up. You don't have to do that though. Half of a cucumber is good enough, and I just diced it. You don't have to do anything crazy unless you don't like the pieces that big. Also, making sure y'all can see. Oops. Let's see if I can do this. 1 chopped or diced, sorry, medium avocado. I'm not good at it like that. I just usually have to take it out of the skin, but I'm trying to. It's still made a mess. Anyway, 1 ripe avocado, diced. Now I gotta wash my hands. Okay. Get all this off. Now you can add some cilantro, but I'm not a fan, so I'm not going to do that. And you need some fresh lime juice. And the recipe never called for any zest, so I'm just going to use my refrigerated lime juice. 1 tablespoon plus a teaspoon. Okay? I'm going to use a little splash more because I like that. Alright, so it doesn't really call for anything other than cilantro, so I'm going to try it and see what it tastes like, and if I don't like the taste, I'm probably going to add some garlic, because, you know, guacamole. Alright, let me wipe off this spoon, and you're going to need a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise, and I may end up needing more than that, because this seems like a lot. And then you just stir it up. Now, I could probably just eat this right out of the bowl, but you could use, let's see, you could probably do some toast or some bread, just regular bread, or crackers or croissants, because we do that a lot. We do chicken salad on croissants. All right, so I'm going to get another spoon or fork and test this. Now, the recipe says don't mash the avocado. to be careful. So I tried not to, but it's really hard when it's ripe like that. Let me see if it needs salt, what it needs. Oh yeah. Really good. Touch more lime juice. Some pepper. And some kosher salt. And I'm going to put a touch of garlic. Just a touch of garlic powder in it. Y'all don't have to do that. It tastes real good, but it needs a little bit of flavor. Really easy and fast salad for the summer. And it's got some of my favorite things in it. And it's a different twist on chicken salad. Okay, stay tuned for the next recipe. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a copycat recipe. It is called Air Fryer Chick-fil-A Sandwich Copycat Recipe. Okay, so earlier today I made a marinade. Let me show you. And I soaked 2 chicken breasts that I cut lengthwise. I actually cut them lengthwise twice on each one to make, let's see, 6 pieces of chicken. I think this one was supposed to make 4. I can't remember. Yeah, it was supposed to make 4. Soaked it in a marinade earlier today. You need to do it for at least 4 hours or overnight, whichever. Let's see, it was pickle juice, buttermilk, some salt, some sugar, just a little bit of sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, and some black pepper. And this has been probably marinating probably closer to 8 hours. Okay, so it's ready to go. All right, and you will pound those flat after you cut them lengthwise. Just remember that. Now we're going to make an egg wash. This is eggs and milk. I ended up pouring too much milk, so I put another egg in there. You're only supposed to do 1 cup of milk, 1 egg. And this is my flour. This is just all-purpose flour. And we're going to dip the chicken in both of these. I've already got my air fryer preheated. I have one in my oven, so I've already got that going. And we're going to go ahead and mix this together, this flour coating. So let's see. We're going to need some powdered sugar. You're going to need about 2 tablespoons worth. I realized making this that it has a lot more sugar. Well, I won't say a lot of sugar. I'll say more sugar than I'm comfortable with. But I'm just going to make this today. And it'll be fine. It's not like I'm going to make it again with all the sugar in it. If I do, it will not have the sugar in it. I just didn't realize that it's possible. I don't know if this is the exact recipe. That their recipe has a lot of, let me grab this real quick. Has a lot of sugar in it. Okay. So you're going to need about a teaspoon paprika. And I am going to measure this out, just some of this, because I just want to make sure I don't overdo. Okay. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder. Let me get that in here real good. And I want to kind of make it heaping. And then salt. I can do that without that. All right, salt and some pepper. Okay, now let me move this. Then I'm gonna get a whisk, and I'm gonna dry whisk this so that all comes together. Whisk this real quick. Now, we are going to, now you can put this and fry it in a skillet on the stove. You know, don't think that you can't do that. Put this here. Baking sheet, some foil, and I sprayed some spray on it. Now, I'm hoping I have enough spray. What we're gonna do, I'm trying to make sure. Okay. So, my chicken. We'll take it out of the marinade. Dip it in the egg. Then dip it in the flour mixture. And we'll try to do this one-handed. So I've got at least one clean hand. That's the only thing I hate about doing stuff like this. Which my one hand's gonna get gross. I know. Ugh. Okay. Most of this flour is gonna be on my hands instead of where it needs to be. And then I'm gonna show you a little trick before we put it in the air fryer. And I hope that it don't stick. That's the one thing I'm worried about. But I tried. Now, I'm going to just do my best to get these cooked. And then when it comes to putting these on buns or whatever, I'm going to just slice them how I need them. Because, you know, I didn't even worry about that when I was trying to cut these. And hopefully they're going to all fit on here. Because see how misshapen it is? So, it'll be fun. Dip in your egg wash. Dip in your flour. Alright, I'll be back here before I put it in the oven so you can see it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So this is done. It's ready to go in the oven. You need to, right before you put it in the oven, spritz it with some cooking spray and then cook for 45 minutes. 4 to 5, not 45. 4 to 5 minutes. Then you'll flip it and let it cook another 4 to 5 minutes. It needs to reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Spritz it with cooking oil when you flip it as well. Okay, I'll see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is a finished product. Batter didn't stay on the chicken like I had hoped. I had a feeling that that would happen. Even though I took every precaution to make sure it did, still didn't. A few pieces had a little bit stay on, so we're just going to go with it. You're going to want to find a somewhat bigger hamburger bun or whatever is your favorite, and some lettuce and tomato. I've got some dill chips I'm going to put on here as well, and I just paired it with some chips. Some just plain potato chips. Pretty easy. I like the air fryer better because I didn't have to kind of sit over it and wait and wait and wait and flip, you know. So either way, it probably still would have come out the same. These are not as greasy, so that's always a good thing too. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.